Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today I'm doing a little jelly printing. I'm actually going to do a full project with the papers I create. I know, shocking, right? So I watch PM Artist Studios lives. Well, a lot of times I'm just listening to them while I'm working. But a little while ago, Mariah she has started a tag journal, and I wanted to give it a try. She has specific papers, like their black and white graphic, some of their stencil designs, because PM Artist Studios is initially a stencil company, and they have YouTube Live, and they have a Facebook group. If you're interested, you can check them out. I'll try to put a link in the description box below. But she has some papers you can buy that are pre-printed with her black and white graphic designs, and probably on really nice paper. The paper I'm using is cheap stuff from Walmart. Not the best choice. In fact, it feels a little bit like Mamagami when I'm done. In fact, I probably should have just turned it all into paper fabric. Anyway, so I decided I would just give it a try, and I'm putting some color instead of just doing black and white. I figured I would color all the pages. I'm just doing 4 pages, coloring both sides, and then we're going to put some black graphic stencil patterns on the other side. And I don't have any of their stencils yet. I keep meaning to go order and just haven't done it yet. My nephew gave me a gift card for Christmas. I need to spend it. He didn't know what to give me, and that's the best thing to give me. I can go buy my own craft supplies. We like that, right? So, since there's 4 pages, I decided I would do 2 of each color combination. I think I've got pink and orange, maybe yellow and red, this blue and blue. And I know there's some green in there, so maybe I do green and teal. I can't remember now. What have we seen so far? I think I did the pink and orange first. Yeah, there's the pink and orange. Have to use the bigger sheet to clean it off. I'm trying to not put too much on the opposite side, even though, it won't matter. It'll all be interesting. That grid, what do you call that? Graph paper that I'm using, I got on clearance forever ago. It has good quality paper. I like the way it feels. I don't know if it's just because I'm comparing it to this really cheap copy paper from Walmart or not, but yeah, I won't be buying that paper again, ever. I don't even like printing stuff off on the printer with it. Oh yes, and red and yellow. I guess that was the other combination. So I think I'm about done with the solid colors, and then we can get on with adding some pattern. Let's see, it pulled up a little bit of the stuff that was already down there, but it's okay. Oh yeah, green and purple. That's the 2 I did together. Couldn't remember what I put with the green. I end up using that paper to clean up all of my residual on there. I don't know, I feel like I need to do something with that paper now that I've covered it. Alright, didn't quite get the edges, but that's okay. I just keep going. So how is everyone today? I hope you're having a good day. I post this in the morning. I hope my time. Hope you have a good day. And I'm not really planning which side has what. I'm just trying to make sure both sides don't have the same color. But that is all that I'm taking into account. Alright, so now we're going to put some pattern on here. And I have these paper, I guess they're paper, right? Stencils that I got on clearance at Joann's like forever ago. And they just have a little bit of a pattern, so I figured I would use them to create the graphic design. And I'm just trying to make sure it goes all the way to the ends. So I'm just pushing that with my fingers. There we go. And I have almost enough patterns that I didn't have to repeat. I think I end up repeating 2. Just because, I mean, I did have other stencils, but I really wanted the more graphic looking patterns, so. And I'm using my Baron, see, I'm using my Baron. To really push that down into the gel plate so that I get a good print. Not too bad. And that black's getting a little low. I'm going to have to restock my black paint. They didn't have any of that on clearance at Hobby Lobby. They had some metallic-y stuff, which I have not tried yet. Nobody's told me if it's any good. So I haven't tried it. That one reminds me of like a soccer ball. Soccer ball exploded. If you are interested, I guess I should have said that earlier. If you just want to see how I make the finished piece, you might want to go back halfway down the video. Sorry, I'm not measured yet to see how where that starts at what timing. So thumbprint. That one's a thumbprint. That's what that. It's an arched thumbprint. Apparently, somebody said that was kind of rare. I think that's what I have on one of my thumbs. Was the arch. I really wanted smaller black areas, but this is what I had, so I'm going for it. Have I done this one before? This is one of the ones I do twice. This pattern, because I really like this pattern. Even though it has bigger spaces for the black, I just enjoy this pattern. And it looks good on the blue. The day I'm doing this voiceover, it is about 30 degrees outside, but not too bad. Alright, so here is the creating of the tag book. So we're folding each of those lengthwise. That is called the hot dog fold, right? That's what they say? Hot dog fold. And there is just 4. I did decide what I wanted on the outside, what I wanted on the inside at this point. And then I'm going to take them and I'm going up 3 inches and then just creating a fold. And there's a method to my madness, reasoning to which side I put the fold on. I could always flip it later, but I want I'm going to be putting connections. So I was thinking, which one do I want in the middle? And I want those two where the opening is together. And then we're cutting off one section of each of these because we're going to create a flap, like a tuck. So I'm just creating a curve using my tape to create the curve, and then cutting off that one square. See, and then it'll flap up like that. And we're going to do that on all of them, and I just want to make sure that I have the curve going the right direction. So it's going to fold out to where there's 4 sections, and the 2 together on the right and the 2 together on the left, that little round piece is going to go in towards each other. It'll make sense. See, like that. So to create some interest, and this is kind of what they did, I'm tearing out of the thing so you can see the color on the inside. I did all that work on the inside. We got to see it, right? Now I was thinking I would have a top pocket, that torn out thing as a pocket, and then the bottom tuck spot. But with this paper, and they both would have ended up overlapping each other in that second pocket. So I decide eventually just to glue that top section down so that it's not really a pocket or anything. It's just interest, I guess. You'll see as it progresses. And I also decided that I was going to take the pieces that I tore off and apply them to the back. So to keep that interesting pattern effect going, I am just going to glue these to the back. And I'm just using my glitter glue. I didn't need anything stiffer, and I didn't think glue stick would hold up on the painted paper. And I don't know if you noticed when I was tearing them, I tried to have them connect so that I'm not like making this beautiful flow or whatever, but I try to make them connect so they look like one continuous sort of line, if you can call it a line. And this is just simply decorative. And I didn't really think it through, so when I got to the end, I didn't have a lot of color choices left for the last piece. I guess it's gonna be purple. Well, and I guess I had some choices, but I didn't want to repeat, but that purple ended up being the same sort of pattern as the green, so I guess that's why I felt like I didn't have choices. And I thought I would... at this point, I'm still thinking that top's going to be a pocket, so I was thinking I could fold over the... like I'd glue something at the top, fold this over to reinforce the top, so that it... because this is just copy paper, I thought this would make that top stronger. So I do this to every single one of these, and then I don't end up using them as a pocket. So I have it there, and it's tucked in, so it's not over the top of the front. So I'm not too worried about what that other side looks like because it's just getting tucked inside. Decided it needed to be skinnier. There we go. You know what happens when you have scraps? You just keep going. Though the colors I use end up really kind of coordinating, like yellow and red and stuff. It was not really planned. Having trouble with this one spot for some reason. It was not staying where I wanted it to stay. I guess this is where I felt like I didn't have a choice. This last piece. Excuse me. Talking too much. Alright, so there is the back, or the cover, sort of, ish. I'm trying to remember the order of things. So I do that. I kind of finish off the two side ones. Before I hinge them, and then I'm putting paper in there because the paint is still a little bit tacky, so it's kind of sticking a little bit to itself, so it's not 100% dry. I did this all in one session, no waiting in between. So now I'm going to do the outer side one, and I'm just going to glue the whole top section down. I think the paper kind of stretched. And I'm not putting any glue at the bottom just because the tuck at the bottom is overlapping that, so nothing should slip out. So it should be fine just to do it like that, without putting any glue at the bottom. And those pieces of paper can be my pretend tags. That's more graph paper, clearance graph paper. Okay, so to hinge this all together, PM Artist Studios used seam binding. I didn't have any. I have this, I'd call it sari silk, but it's not really. I don't even know what it is. It's nylon. It doesn't tear. You have to cut it. But it came from a rug that I picked up at Five Below and took apart a long time ago. And so now I'm cutting it to hopefully probably about 3/4 of an inch width. And the plan is to use that to create the hinges in my tag book. Alright, so we're going to start with the middle. Sorry, I had to look at that closer. You see my head every once in a while. Sorry about that. Alright, so I just put the glue down and then stick this on. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So this is the center where I haven't glued anything down yet. And I've got something stuck to my hand. And I almost glued the tuck spot down. What was I thinking? You'll see me do it here. I lift it right up after because I'm like, hello. Whoops. Yeah, see, there we go. This needs to go down first. Then the tuck pocket. And then we're going to glue down this top section. And hopefully it lines up well because the other ones were growing. And then there we go, we have our sections. It had a little spot, must have got a little bit too much glue in there. Not a surprise since I made that mistake. This time I'll start at the top. I'm hoping gluing that flap over will just help secure that hinge. And it is really thin material and transparent. So I've got my two spots there. And I decided just to add a little bit of glue on top of it in the two spots where it didn't have any paper over it. Alright, so for the other two sections, I'm doing a lot of talking, aren't I? Sorry. The other two sections, the hinge has to be on the outside. Now, if I'd have thought this through even more thoroughly, I think I would have done the hidden hinge on the two outside and the visible hinge on the center one. Because then it would have looked more like a regular book when it's closed with one dark spine. But that's okay. We'll make it work. I'm shifting everything over and I'm going to do this side. And I've been fiddling with it for a little while. I still don't have any tags in it. But it seems to be holding up pretty good. I did feel like it wasn't enough, so I do take a few more bits of scrap and just go across it in a few places, just for my own peace of mind. And yes, I'm pulling them back out of my garbage. It's just paper garbage, so it's fine. Nothing gross in there. Well, paint does get thrown in there, like wipe off paint. So, I have been known to go in there and grab a piece of paper and end up with paint on my hands. I had this scrap piece. It's a really skinny scrap piece. So I decided to put one on the outside. I don't know, I just felt like it needed a spine. And then I take a little scrap of paper. Stick it there. There we go. I do trim the ends. I am an end trimmer. So the basic structure is now done. And I'm just going along, I'm actually using a Sharpie marker and going along all those edges, the areas where it's white, I'm just hitting it with the marker, making it dark, and all the edges for those tucks, I made that darker. So there it is. And I decided I wanted to see what would happen if I added nickel azo gold to the whole thing and kind of toned it down a bit. You'll have to give me your opinion. What do you think of it when I put the nickel azo gold on there? I think it looks really good on the green. Not so much on the purple. Of course, that's to be expected. It would kind of brown that out. Love it on the yellow. Of course, that just enhances its own characteristics. And I think I like it on the blue too. Makes the blue look a little green. But it's less intense. Like it takes the intensity down a little bit. What do you think? Give me your opinion. Let me know. Pro or con? Was that a bad thing to do? Too late now, but I'd like to know your opinion. Actually, it's not bad on the pink either. And it is just, I'm using a wet baby wipe and just a teeny touch of it. So I'm not like completely slathering it, but that's all it takes to really change the intensity of the colors of the paint. So if you made it clear to here, what'd you think? Did you like it? Was it too long of a video? Remember to check out PM Artist Studios. Thank you all for watching. Have an awesome day.